you're welcome back to my channel. It's another great day. Thank you very much for joining us today. Today we have another sizzling topic that I want us all to discuss about. It's a topic really that you will want to contribute. Please, it's also important. I'm sure by the time we go step by step discussing about this, because you already know what the title is, and it's something that you might have little idea, except if you go through maybe like hearing what I have to say concerning or relating concerning on what this topic is all about today. Then you understand that it's a topic that you must contribute and say something about, especially if you are from the African parts of our country. You know, tradition is something we don't joke with. From African parts, we don't joke with anything that has to be tradition. So that is just what we're going to be dealing on today as relating to marriage. Okay, so if you really love what we always do here, just head down to our channel and watch and see if something that you love, subscribe, and don't forget to hit on the bell. That bell signifies we already have new content, and also love like and also share to loved ones and family. So we're gonna get right back to you. So like I said, today we're gonna be talking about something that has to relate to marriage. And you know, that is just what we have been dealing on this past weeks. We don't know the reason why, but I'm sure it's something that I feel really it has some part to play in the lives of people. And then we also learned something today from this. I don't know if any of us, like especially from Nigeria and some African bit of, because I'm sure some other parts of African country, they can relate to what Nigeria do. And also we that are from Nigerians, we can also relate to what other people from different parts of Africa do, just like we are all the same. Not that just like we're in tradition, we know in Africa we have different kind of tradition that's that is really happening in different parts of African country. But today we're going to be talking about it relatively in terms of marriage, and that is all about when we are having some kind of tradition, because we already know from the parts where I'm from Igbo parts of the eastern parts of Nigeria. I don't know, there's some that will relate to what I'm talking about right now. When you are into, like, you are doing the traditional marriage, because traditional marriage is very, very important. You know, it's something that we don't have to look, because some people prefer to do traditional marriage and leave church marriage. They feel that what's the importance of church marriage? Tradition, because tradition really, I support, one of those that really supports traditional marriage. Traditional marriage is something that, you know, both families will have to know more of who and who, okay, they are married to, or their daughter they are married to, where she's from. Okay, there's some kind of rights, traditional rights that takes place. So if you go ahead to do church wedding and you don't do traditional marriage, it's just like you're not complete. Okay, most women will testify of that, because even there are some that they will be in their husband's house, and if their husband has not gone to their families to pay their traditional marriage rights, it's just like she's not married yet. So that's why very, very important. But we're going to be talking about that. But there's something really that is really going on, though that trend is still happening, but be doing, people look out of that very issue. They feel that is this very, very important. Like, I don't know, how many of us know this Instagrammer is on Instagram. His name is William Ochemba. I'm already leaving the picture here. Just go ahead to Instagram and check more of who William Ochemba is. William Ochemba is from Nigeria. And I know, like I said to you guys when I was starting, I said from Nigeria, they understand a bit of, like, they understand mainly of who I'm talking about, especially if you are somebody that is always on social media. You will know who I'm talking about, because it's somebody that is very, very popular because of his philanthropic nature. All right, so when he was having his traditional marriage, all of us, we all know that, I know there are some other parts of Africa that really love what Nigerians are doing, just like we are one. All right, so they still will know who I'm talking about. So just go and check him out on Instagram. Just type William Ochemba. Everything about his biography will come out for you to see more of who I'm talking about. So when he was having his traditional marriage, for those of us who understand, he was the first person that did that. I don't know, he was just the first person. I don't think any other person have done something like this I'm about to treat today on this video. You know, if you're in Nigeria, I don't know if other parts of, especially from the Igbo parts where I'm from, eastern part of Nigeria where I'm from, when we are having a traditional marriage, you know, they will give the lady, the parents, if the parents is still alive of the lady that is that's been given out for marriage, if the parents are alive, the bride or the lady in question that is marrying we go to his father and mother. There will be a special chair they will leave for them under a canopy where her family will be staying. So they will be there, all right, and they will now take some some prefer to use palm wine. Okay, palm wine, that is just what basically was now. It's just like everything is changing, like the dispensation that we are right, it's not really important. So they feel using any wine or using any drink, all that matters most is just that the blessing of both couple have been given. So that is just what people really feel. But using palm wine is just mostly what people use, because palm wine is not that expensive, especially if it's something that you know that is very, very important when you are married. It's not something you joke with, okay? Both families should know each other, and those little things you don't have to make an oversight, right? So they will now pour, the parents of the lady that is in question, the bride, they will pour the palm wine inside the cup and give to her. Okay, go and look for your husband. People will be there gathering. For those that are from Nigeria, they know what they will understand better, and they will take the drink. The bride in question will go. The parents of the bride will bless the drink and give to their daughter that is marrying. Okay, people will just be, like celebration will be going on. People will be gathering, like in the midst of a lot of people. Okay, where the occasion is taking place, the marriage occasion is taking place. They'll just take this drink, go and look for your husband. So by the time the bride in question or the lady that is marrying will take the palm wine, and as she's dancing, going to look for the husband, there will be jubilation everywhere. People will just try to be dragging the drink, for those that understand more of what I'm talking about, to relate. So when the bride in questioner takes the palm wine and she's dancing looking for the husband, people will just be ecstatic, like people will just be anxious to know we want to know who your husband is. This tradition is very, very. So by the time she now gets there and now gives the drink to the husband in question, the husband will not take the drink and pour it on the ground, and something like that. That's just what has started now this day. That's just what is going on around this day. So William Ochemba, why I related to him, he was the first person that really did this. I don't think there's another person that started it. He was the first person when he was having his traditional marriage. Okay, people know him because he's a philanthropist, like I told you guys. And when he was having his traditional marriage, he didn't drink it, because when the bride now goes taking the palm wine looking for the husband to be, as she gets there, the husband is supposed to take that drink from her and sip a little. If it's not somehow somebody that is into alcohol, because palm wine is not someone that is an alcoholic person, would just prefer to just take a sip. Even if it's a sip, all that you have already okay, there's something that you have already comply to the tradition. That is just what matters most. So by the time what I'm treating on today, that is more important, is by the time the lady now in question, the bride now gives the drink to the husband to be. After the husband has finished taking the drink from the wife, he now take the drink and pour it on the ground. And this is just what people started doing. After William Ochemba did his, other people followed. Okay, it's very, very important. Why I'm saying this, because it's very, very important that people somehow they just they just throw tradition aside. Like they feel that all those things is not so important. So people, they feel that taking the drink, they might poison them. Okay, because in African setting, people just always have this belief that there are a lot of witches and wizards. A lot of people, they might not like their progress, might not love them, or maybe for the sake of the bride, against the pride, or they bring against the. So he alone knows the reason why. William Ochemba knows the reason why. Maybe he had a prophecy, or maybe he had some intuition, maybe he had a revelation that something like this will happen. So because of that, most couple that wants to have their home, because they found out that he did that, now still doing the same. And people now start asking, what is the implication of this? And that is what we'll be treating on today. Just like when you are having your white wedding and you're in the church, the officiating priest will now ask the man in question and the bride asking their question, do you wish to take this man as your wife? If, for instance, it's just the same thing, and the priest in question is not asking the bride, or asking the what's it called, the groom, asking the groom, will you wish to take this woman as your wife to be? And the next thing you now hear is that he will not say like, no. That is just what it means. When you take a drink from a woman that you're about to marry, especially in a traditional setting, people just overlook it. If it's not so important. Some people say they are scared. Like I said, they are scared they might poison them, or some of those stuff. don't overlook tradition. That's just what this video is all about. Don't overlook tradition. When I heard about this, like when people were talking about this on some station, I was just listening to the station and they were discussing about it. Really, I learned something from it. Okay, so like I said to you, I use an example. I said if you are having your white wedding and the priest in questioner asks just the same, it just relates to the same thing. All right, the priest in questioner asks the bride, the groom, do you wish to take this woman as well? And just the same thing. And the next thing you now hear, people will not be like expecting that the groom will not say, yes, I take this woman as my wife to be. Instead of him to comply, that is not saying no. That is just what it means, just the implication of what it means when you take a drink. Traditionally, when you have a traditional marriage, you not take a drink from your wife to be, you not pour it on the ground. If really you are scared to be poisoned, at least let there be some kind of communication that will take place for the white wedding. For the traditional marriage, I mean, they will just keep, like if you want that, your people, the man's people might just get a palm wine and keep by the side of the man. The groom in question, if he feels is scared to be poisoned, the best thing you can ever do is just to take that drink and keep by your side and let them make some kind of arrangement if you are scared to be killed. And that thing that they really said on where I picked this very video that I'm treating today, they said there are many ways people can kill you. It's not only, it might not just only be by what I just discussed about that people are scared, that they are scared, they don't want to take the palm wine and drink in the midst of people because they're scared of witches and wizards, they're scared of evil people, they're scared people might poison them. At least provide, like, go ahead and get your own drink. You can just keep it by the side, then make arrangement with the bride people and do this. You can just, when the time has come for the bride, for them to give the bride the drink to come and look for you, the man, you can just make arrangement and you yourself will pour the drink. If that is just the case, you're scared. But now people are started doing it, they overlook it, and before you know what's happening, it will not be the next thing people will not be doing. And people are like, what's even the essence of even taking the drink if they feel like throwing it away? No. Why I'm saying this is just, it's just that, that's like I said before. I said you must contribute and say something about it, especially if you are from Africa. You will contribute, you must contribute and tell me. Some people might just be against it. What's the essence? There is so much essence. What I mean by that, the reason why there's so much essence is just that every tradition has its own implications, especially if you don't follow what really is on board. If you don't follow what is on board, it's just like a blessing. If you are going to go and get married and you don't take your father's blessing, don't take your mother's blessing, it's just something, just like it's just a joking stuff. Okay, right then, just like where you see people, they just divorce easily. So easy to divorce after white wedding, because then when you go, what we believe is when you, especially when you go doing court wedding, that means that marriage cannot break since it's court wedding. But now people don't care whether they went to court wedding. Even you, the woman that even went to court wedding, the traditional dream white marriage can even easily break. People don't have that fear to break their marriage. Same way it is. So it's something that we all have to talk about this, and just leave everything in the comment section and tell me why really this has not become a trend. I told you guys when I started, I still Chamberlain did his own, like William Chamberlain, the Instagram I told you about, the philanthropist man did his own, and everybody just started doing their own. And before you know what's happening, they will throw away tradition and feel that the modernized thing is just what is on board. Before you know what's happening, our children will not start doing that. No, there are some things you don't need to overlook. Like I said before, if you want to, you are scared to be killed, why don't you provide your own drink? Keep it by your side. Make some arrangement with the bride people. When it's time, just put the drink and just, there are many ways that people can even kill you, okay? So that is just all about this video. If you are one of those that have done that, like the program that I had where I lifted this video that I'm making today from, says that if you really, your husband did such, you have to go back and redo your marriage. If really you don't know how to gather people, that it's not possible for you to gather people and do that marriage again, look for how you have to amend things if really you did this in your own. Okay, so please don't overlook tradition. That's what I mean. Don't overlook tradition. There are many ways you can be killed. It's not only by when you do your traditional marriage that you're scared that people might just poison the drink and those stuff. So that's just what we're going to be leaving everything today. Like I said before, please, before I end, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section and tell us what you feel about what I said today. If it's something that is not important, or we should just leave the drink part. No, for me, I really do not support that. Okay, so that is just it. If you love it so much, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. These are the 3 things that is also important here by the time you come and when you're living. So I love you guys. We're gonna meet to the next one.